from WREG in Memphis. This is News Channel 3 Daybreak.
The time now is 6 o'clock and breaking news is first on Daybreak. Thanks for joining us. I'm Stephanie Skurlock.
I'm Markova Reed. We'll begin in North Memphis, and that's where a shooting is under investigation. This morning, one man was shot outside the B-52 market on North Hollywood. It happened around 2:30. WREG's Melissa Moon will have a live update for us in just a moment.
And a man is behind bars this morning for the murder of a man in Oak Haven. Jaquavius Hudson says he accidentally shot and killed the victim. Police say he shot and killed 24-year-old Jeremy Jackson at a house in the 5300 block of Cosmos Cove yesterday. At the time, Hudson told police he was in the room with Jackson but didn't know what happened to him. Later, police say he admitted he shot Jackson while trying to hand a gun back to him, then hid the weapon.
In Turkey this morning, 8 people were killed and 45 others injured after an explosion at a police checkpoint. On Friday, 2 of those injured are in serious condition. The blast comes 2 days after Turkish tanks entered northern Syria to help Syrian rebels clear ISIS from a border town.
Temperatures around the Mid-South this morning on the warm and muggy side. Looking into and around the area of Graceland this morning. South Memphis temperatures back into the mid to upper 70s with a few clouds wandering through the Mid-South, but otherwise not really seeing too much of any other major problems out there, including anything with rainfall. Nothing in the way of showers or thunderstorms for just right now, but we will be looking for more potential for rainfall coming up a little bit later on. Back into western Arkansas, we do have some scattered showers showing up, but that's about all that we have at this time. We'll take a complete look at the entire forecast for the last weekend of August 2016 coming up in just a few minutes on this edition of News Channel 3 Daybreak. Time for some traffic. Here's Corey.
Morning, Austin. Happy Friday, everyone. This time Saber Traffic Report is brought to you by the Great American Home Store. We do have a brand new crash. If you're just tuning in, an injury crash over at Mill Branch south of I-240 at Nonconna Boulevard. So please use caution and give emergency personnel the right of way. Also, the northbound lanes of New Allen near Whitney blocked out this time. This is all due from an earlier crash that's over at New Allen and Whitney. I'm Corey Ventura with your WREG News Channel 3 Time Saver Traffic.
All right, thank you, Corey. Well, back to that breaking news out of North Memphis this morning. A man was shot overnight outside a market that is no stranger to crime.
Memphis police responded to a call around 2:30 at the B-52 market on North Hollywood and Eldridge. WREG's Melissa Moon is at the scene this morning. Melissa,
can you tell us the very latest on what's happening out there?
Well, police say this victim was taken to the regional medical center, but they have not released his condition at this time. And they have cleared the scene within the last hour or so. Quiet over in the parking lot of that convenience store where that shooting happened. It happened just outside the store this morning. People inside the store say they heard a gunshot, then came outside and saw the man lying on the ground. We talked to another man who was in the parking lot or near the parking lot and heard the gunshot as well, but he said that he didn't see anything this morning. This happened at around 2:30 this morning here at this market on North Hollywood Street, and police are saying very little right now about this investigation, what might lead up to it or who they may be looking for. Now, this is the 4th shooting near the B-52 market this year. The most recent one happened back in April. A man was shot several times as he left the business in January. Another man was shot by 3 men who complained about his rapping skills, and last December a 3rd person was shot during a fight between a group of men. We have had people, at least one woman up here, trying to figure out if the victim is her husband, because she said he was walking this way this morning. And of course, we'll continue to follow the story and bring you the very latest developments. In North Memphis, Melissa Moon, WREG, News Channel 3.
we have a crime alert in Hyde Park this morning. That's where Memphis police are searching for a gunman who killed a man on a busy street in broad daylight.
They say the suspect pulled out a gun when the men got into a fight. Caught in the crossfire, another man passing by and a MATA bus picking up passengers. WREG's Elise Preston joins us live from outside the Criminal Justice Center. And Elise, was anyone else hurt in this shooting?
Well, as you mentioned, one victim was killed in yesterday's shooting, and Memphis police say 2 other people were also injured in the crossfire. One man was shot while walking past the King grocery store on Springdale and Brown, where police say the suspect and victim were arguing. A bus passenger was cut by flying glass as bullets pierced through the windows. The MATA bus on Route 19 had just stopped to pick up a passenger. MATA says the driver raced to safety to protect all 5 people on board.
We teach our drivers to remain calm and to understand that they need to look out for the passengers. In this particular case, the bus operator was able to do that safely.
Police say the victim, shot for arguing with the gunman, died on his way to the hospital. The other 2 people injured are expected to recover. So far, police say they don't have anyone in custody. Anyone with information is asked to call Crime Stoppers at 528-CASH. Reporting live downtown, Elise Preston, WREG News Channel 3.
More safety concerns near Memphis City bus stops. Investigators are still searching for a teenage boy and 2 other people involved in a robbery and shooting in Midtown. We first brought you this story yesterday on Daybreak. Police say the robbers held up 2 men sitting at a bus stop at Lamar and Bellevue and shot a 3rd man who was just walking to a nearby convenience store. Now, the store owner says crime has become the new normal in this part of town. Within the past year, stabbings, vandalism, and deadly shootings have been reported.
Guilty on all counts. That's the verdict for a Whitehaven man accused of shooting a tow truck driver. Joseph Profit will be sentenced in October for several charges, including attempted second-degree murder and aggravated assault. Police say Profit shot Scotty Arnold back in 2012 when Arnold tried to repossess a car from the apartment complex. Profit's brother, David Profit, pleaded guilty Monday to aggravated assault in this case. Arnold is confined to a wheelchair because of that shooting.
This morning, 4 Memphis children mourn the loss of their mother killed in a fiery crash. Here is a look at the wreckage. Police say 26-year-old Brittany King died when she collided with another driver and hit a pole Thursday morning. Now, this happened at the corner of James and Chatsworth. King's vehicle burst into flames. No one else was hurt.
Well, in education matters this morning, Governor Bill Haslam says the state has a long way to go to reach its goal, an average ACT score of 21 by 2020. Statewide results released on Wednesday show that scores were basically stagnant this year compared to scores in 2015. The average only rose 1/10 of a point to 19.9. Now, Germantown schools scored the highest in the entire state. Meanwhile, Shelby County schools are struggling with an average score of 16.8.
This morning, alumni of a Mid-South high school are forced to rely on their memories as memorabilia and keepsakes. Wellington Central High School is tearing down several buildings with trophies and other memorabilia still inside. Many graduates are disappointed with the school, saying the evidence of their hard work is buried beneath the rubble. School officials say they held an auction for those items and no one claimed them. They say they'll work with alumni to recover the trophies. The school plans to build a new performing arts center on that land. Well, these hot summer temperatures are reaching the 90s today in the Mid-South, and you'll want to stay indoors and keep the air conditioning running.
But anyone visiting the Shelby County Juvenile Court will have to brave the heat. The AC, you see, has been out for more than 2 days. Building administrators say 5 courtrooms have no air. They say they've been working around the clock to fix the problem, but so far nothing has worked. Workers have set out fans to deal with the heat for now. No word on when that AC will be fixed.
Sued over a so-called debtor's prison this morning, the city of Sherwood, Arkansas. A district court judge and Pulaski County are accused of preying on the poor. A lawsuit filed on Tuesday says 3 people convicted of hot check crimes were jailed for their inability to pay court fines and fees. The American Civil Liberties Union of Arkansas says the court system traps people in a never-ending spiral of court proceedings and ever-increasing debt. The union says it's a violation of constitutional rights.
Well, caught on camera, an Arkansas police officer dares to help a skunk and risk getting sprayed. 2 campus officers at the University of Arkansas found this skunk walking around in circles, you just saw him, with a cup stuck on its face. Well, one officer reached down, grabbed the cup, and made a run for it. He got away stench-free. The other officer wasn't so lucky. He needed a change of clothes and likely a very, very long shower.
I was going to say a shower and a change of clothes to go with that.
They've got some bold skunks. That's my old stomping grounds right there when I worked back at our sister station, KFSM, in Fort Smith, Fayetteville. Okay. And the skunks back in that area can be a little bold at times.
Really?
A little cranky at points, yeah.
I don't think I see a lot of skunks around here.
Yeah. You definitely notice them one way or another, if at all possible.
Like lucky me. Yeah.
I mean, then poor Skunky wasn't too lucky there with the
cup on his face.
I see a lot of obviously squirrels, but a lot of raccoons. I just don't see skunks.
They're around and about, but the ones that I saw in western Arkansas could get a little bit if you got close enough to them for everything, and I tried not to, if at all possible. So I'm glad that he's feeling better with the cup off of his head.
The officer, on the other hand.
Well, yeah, a lot of tomato juice may be necessary there. Right now, we're not seeing anything in the way of problems for the Mid-South area. We've got less to talk about in the way of rainfall for now, but into the next about couple of hours, we could begin to see some scattered showers showers redevelop over parts of the area and move back up this direction. Scattered showers into western Arkansas this morning, moving up and away from the area, so not a problem unless you're heading that way. Temperatures, the middle ground numbers back into the mid to upper 70s. We've got some lower 70s this morning, and we've got some lower 80s, so this is kind of the average out there for the mid-south, mid to upper 70s so far. Rest of the morning, again, temperatures going back into the lower to mid 80s across much of the mid-south, and continuing to see the potential of more chances for showers and thunderstorms across much of the area throughout the course of the rest of the next several days. Unfortunately, the chance of anything involving clearing skies for the mid-south or cooler and dry weather like we saw on Monday just does not look to be happening anytime soon. And of course, there's that chance of showers and thunderstorms as we get into rush hour tonight. 10 minutes past 6 o'clock. Another check of your complete forecast coming up in just a bit. High temperature today on your Jabber Blabber forecast. Grab the kids' newspaper around the mid-south, turn to the center section, and have your amateur meteorologist fill out a high of 92, a low of 74. We put in thunderstorm chances today. There's not going to be a chance of thunderstorms all day long, but there is going to be a chance of it, so that's why we are putting that in there for later on. So that's not going to be the entire day's worth of weather just in one icon, but we will be watching that very carefully throughout the rest of the day, so keep it tuned to News Channel 3 for more on that. Updates on weather in just a bit, updates on traffic right now. Here's Corey.
Yeah, and right now, a few things you need to know before you head out the door. Happy Friday, everyone. This Time Saver Traffic Report is brought to you by the Great American Home Store. Yeah, right now we do have that injury crash working over at Mill Branch, south of I-240 at Noncona Boulevard, so please use caution and give emergency personnel the right of way if you normally head in that direction this time of the morning. Still dealing with that northbound lane blocked over at New Allen and Whitney, so use caution if you normally head in that direction. It's all due from an earlier crash this morning. That right lane still blocked New Allen near Whitney. And out east, of course, it's pretty slow going, 28 miles per hour. Stephanie and Markova, you can see I-40 just east of Sycamore View. We're not even at 6:30 yet. You can see far off in the distance, traffic already starting to stack up, heading in towards that flyover.
You know, when I see that picture, it makes me glad to be at work this early.
I know. That's the one perk.
One of the few reasons to be here. One of the few reasons to be awake this early. All right.
All right. Thank you,
Good deal. Thank you so much, Corey. All right. Packing heat on the job. One worker says he's glad he had a gun, even though it cost him his job. The story behind why he was fired is next.
And a pilot is arrested. Find out what investigators say he was doing before he was supposed to get in the cockpit.
Your #1 daybreak newscast, WREG News Channel 3.
A couple suspected of kidnapping 3 children in California on Sunday are now in police custody. Authorities caught up with the 2 in Pueblo, Colorado Thursday. Police say all of the children are safe. They were found Wednesday at a motel in Albuquerque, New Mexico, in the care of someone police called a Good Samaritan.
Along with the suspects, the 1.5-year-old Madison was taken into protective custody by Pueblo Police Department.
Investigators are also questioning the couple in the death of the kidnapped children's mother.
A waiter in Texas is out of a job this morning after pulling his gun during a scuffle at a restaurant in San Antonio. The scuffle started when a customer got upset over an order. The customer and another man jumped the waiter. The waiter said he was punched and put in a headlock, and that's when the restaurant manager jumped in to break it up. The waiter says he pulled out his gun.
Fired you one time, he didn't let my manager go. I fired you 2 more times, then he ran out the door. If I didn't have that fire on me that day, what would have happened? Right. You know, I don't think my manager could have took on, just me and my manager could not take on them 2 guys.
Well, no one was hit. San Antonio police have not filed any charges, but the waiter admits he does not have a concealed carry permit.
Well, this morning, an arrest in Northern California after a body was found stuffed inside of a plastic bin. The body was found earlier this week inside a shop in San Joaquin County. The shop owner called the police after finding the body in the box. Investigators arrested a man in the death, but have not said how the man died or the relationship the victim had with the accused attacker.
This morning, a Talon Air pilot is off the job for showing up to work intoxicated. His co-pilot called police Thursday when he noticed his partner acting strangely. A breathalyzer found the pilot's blood alcohol level was 7 times the legal limit to fly a plane. The pilot was set to fly a charter flight from Michigan to Massachusetts. Talon Air says they fired him immediately. Man alive. Luckily, The co-pilot saw that he was not prepared to do the job.
Nice that somebody was able to step in and say, you really shouldn't be behind the wheel, the stick, or anything like that right now. So not a good idea there. No, and also on the ground too. So remember, drinking and driving, that's a very bad idea to do as well.
Absolutely.
So as of right now, we're looking at quiet conditions across much of the area. We got some blazing nice sunrise views out there. So if you got any pictures to send along to us, please tweet them to Aonic_WREG3. First Defense Doppler 3, nothing showing up in the way of showers directly in the mid-south. Do have a few areas of rainfall, a little heavier, not by much, into around portions of northern and western Arkansas this morning, and a little bit into southeastern Oklahoma, southern parts of Missouri, but that's well away from us. Temperatures, this is the middle ground territory. We've got some lower 80s around Dyersburg. We've got some lower 70s into around northern Mississippi this morning, so mid to high 70s. That's about as cool as it gets for much of the mid-south area. Rest of the next few hours, and there's one of those nice sunrise shots from our I-240 and Airways camera, Memphis Airport camera. Lower 80s by mid-morning, and looking at temperatures heading back into the mid to upper 80s by the time we hit about lunchtime today, and some lower 90s and better chances of showers and thunderstorms throughout the rest of the morning. Now through about mid-morning, again, the coffee break time, would not be surprised to see a stray shower popping up from place to place. But as we go into lunchtime and afterwards, that's where the best chance of rainfall, the heat of the day, will help to kind of destabilize the atmosphere and get things a little bit more up into, again, the possibility of showers and thunderstorms, the chances increasing. Unfortunately, that's going to be happening right about the time the kids are getting out of school, and that's also going to be happening right about the same time as rush hour tonight. So get set for, again, some delays. Some patience would be a good idea, and also seeing, again, the potential of maybe some alternate routes going home would not be a bad idea, so please keep that in mind. Numbers throughout the rest of the day, and temperatures again back into the lower to mid 70s by the time we clear out showers and thunderstorms for the afternoon and evening, and also looking again at numbers by tomorrow morning around News Channel 3 Daybreak, going back in the lower to mid 70s. Rest of the day today, again, numbers not doing too bad. We should be looking at temperatures back in the lower 90s for today, and also into the next several days as well. Nothing really changing in the way of temperatures. A fairly stagnant forecast shaping up. Isolated chances of showers and thunderstorms from time to time. Nothing in the way of anything major severe weather related, but there is still going to be that possibility of some isolated stronger to severe weather here and there, and some flash flooding potential out there as well. Less of a chance of rainfall as we go toward next Friday and Saturday. First weekend of September looks like it's going to be very much on the warm and humid side, with numbers back in the lower to mid 90s for highs, mid 70s for lows, and that chance of showers and thunderstorms mean for outdoor activities, remember to get back indoors again as soon as possible for safety's sake when there's lightning around. 20 minutes past 6 o'clock. That's it for weather. Let's check traffic in the Mid-South, and here's Corey with an update.
Morning, Austin. Happy Friday, everyone. This time saver traffic report is brought to you by the Great American Home Store. Well, we do have a few crashes you need to know about before you head out the door. First one, Mill Branch, south of I-240 at Non-Kana. 2 cars involved, reports of injuries on the scene, so please give emergency personnel the right of way. It's over at Mill Branch, south of I-240 at Non-Kana Boulevard. A brand new 2-car crash over at Lamar and Holmes Road. This happened just moments ago, so heads up if you're about to head in that direction over at Lamar and Holmes Road. Out east, what does it look like? Well, right now it looks like 36 miles per hour heading in towards the 4240 flyover to center lane. That's going very, very slow. 55 miles per hour, though, coming in on Bill Morris Parkway heading in towards the I-240 interchange. I'm Corey Ventoro with your WREG News Channel 3 Time Saver Traffic.
Well, fighting mosquitoes with mosquitoes will show you how male mosquitoes are being used to stop the spread of the ones that carry the Zika virus.
Are you an impulse shopper? Well, now there's a bag that could help you control the urge to shop while you drop.
And coming up today on Live at 9, good jobs are coming to Memphis. What you have to do to get one.
Why a group of Mid-South officers got national attention for going beyond the call of duty. It'll make you smile.
Well, you know him from the big and small screen. Actor and comedian Joe Torre of House Party and Def Comedy Jam will be in our studios.
And you hear famous Amos, you think, well, when you hear that, you think cookies. But like his dad, the Reverend Sean Amos is famous too, but for his kitchen table blues. You'll love his story.
We have a health alert this morning in the fight against the Zika virus. Researchers in California are using altered mosquitoes to help prevent the spread of other bugs and the dangerous disease. Now, scientists are releasing hundreds of thousands of scientifically altered male mosquitoes to mate with Zika-prone females. The altered males carry a bacteria which prevents the females from reproducing. The females are the only ones who bite people and spread the disease. The Centers for Disease Control is calling for urgent action to stop the threat of synthetic opioids. From 2013 to 2014, 2019, 8 states reported sharp increases in deaths from overdoses. The CDC blames the increased production of fentanyl, which is often mixed with heroin, for a more potent high.
In Money Matters this morning, Amazon is getting into the car business. The online retailer unveiled a new search engine on its website that allows customers to comparison shop for vehicles, parts, and accessories. You can also buy parts and accessories on Amazon, but the company is not selling cars, at least not yet. And finally, some high-tech fashion that could stop impulse shopping. The iBag 2 is designed to stop you from spending money. You can set the handbag to lock when its GPS senses you are in a place where you spend the most money and during times when you tend to shop the most. It even flashes and vibrates when you take out your wallet. The bag is a prototype by personal finance website Finder.com. That's
Baby,
no fun.
I don't want that thing anywhere near me.
That is no
I don't
fun.
want that anywhere near me. If you were thinking about getting me a new purse for Christmas, that's not the one.
That is not
That's
it.
not the one.
Well, we are following some breaking news this morning, and it's coming out of North Memphis. That's where a man was shot outside of a market.
I will tell you why. This particular location is no stranger to violent crime.
It's devastating to our town, you know, a double murder, you know, and it's just unreal.
They ministered to people in a small Mississippi town this morning. Find out why people say the person who murdered 2 nuns may have known them.
Your #1 Daybreak newscast, WREG News Channel 3.